Alright? Want to give all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Double honors to the elders, and peace and blessings to all the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. Alright, we're the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America and to push the truth so the elect can be woken up. The elect out of the nation of Israel, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The people who had their heritage stripped from them, man. But the truth is back out. You had the so-called white man, which is the devil known of in the scriptures. He beat our heritage out of us, man. Told us we was niggas. We was nothing less than nothing. And accompanied with all the other nations, they all took hand in assisting the so-called white man in doing that, man. Get Psalms 83. Start from the top. Because believe it or not, you do have enemies. And they in the form of these other nations, man. While y'all, Jake, you want to get caught up on your own brother and the dude down the street that you don't like because he wears a certain color. You got nations of people who hate your fucking guts.
Come on.
You got at the head the so-called white man who want to completely destroy you and annihilate you off the earth, man. Because he know the truth of the scriptures and that the kingdom is inherited. The kingdom is on hand for Israel, man. So they want to upset that prophecy.
Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult. All the enemies of Israel came together. Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head. I'm sorry. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They that hate thee. It ain't got into who it's talking about, but it's letting you know that you got some enemies on this earth that hate you. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
Right. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Yep. Hey, that's another, they conspired together. That's conspiracy right there in the scriptures.
Yeah, crafty counsel.
That's the conspiracy truth for you, Nate. Go ahead, read that one more time.
Psalms 83 and 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones. So all these other nations came together, all these enemies came together and consulted against the hidden ones. Who don't know who they are today? Who lost in the streets thinking that they black? That you a color, that you a African American, that I'm just me. Half of y'all don't even think about it, man. But y'all the hidden ones. Y'all don't know who y'all are. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
Yep. When we came in, the Negroes came over here on cargo slave ships. Man, this was the first captivity we went into where we didn't know who we were, man. Bring that out one more time.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
So they came together with one consent, man, to get rid of the nation of Israel, to strip them of the name of who they are. That's why today we known as all these different names, man. The scriptures tell you that we was gonna be known as bywords and proverbs, man. And that's evident. Jake got 100 names they consider themselves and what other people consider y'all to be, but who you really are, man. You have no knowledge on what an Israelite is when you are an Israelite, man. How crazy is that? Because these nations came together. And the scripture's gonna let you know exactly who they are. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee, man. Go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom, so-called white man, the devil.
The Ishmaelites.
You Arabs, man.
Of Moab.
Chinese.
And the Hagarenes.
Keep going.
Gebal and Ammon.
Gebal and Ammon. Japanese. It's the moment.
And Amalek. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Said Amalek, man, you Jewish. You goddamn, y'all the one, man, that y'all got it coming real bad, man. Because y'all at the forefront of all this. Y'all the ones in control. And then not going into you damn dirty Africans that you Negroes think you are, man. Y'all not Africans, man. They're completely against you. They hate you and they don't want to have nothing to do with you unless you buying some thong sandals out of one of their bodegas or something, man. Go ahead.
Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kasan.
Stop right there. But that's it. It went through the list of nations, man, to let you, what a sign that? Turn it around. Let you know that everybody outside of Israel is against you, man. And at the forefront, you got the so-called white man as the spearhead. The head devil, man, because devil just means deceiver. It's that simple. You got the spiritual demon Satan, he's operating through the so-called white man. It's evident. They always make it a joke in the movies when you get to the head of some evil corporation. It's a white dude up there, but that's a fact. That's true. That's reality, man. Because at the head of every one of these businesses and corporations, you got a wicked, evil devil who's just all about gain. And at the head of the world right now, you got the elites running it, man. Which are wicked, evil Edomites that have complete control over the earth right now. Because the Most High allowed it. Well, he set it up. But y'all still think that you don't have no enemies, man. You got this scripture?
Come on.
Yeah, go.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Let no man deceive you by any means. And that's all the so-called white man is about, is deceiving you, man. We'll read on and see what the scripture talking about.
For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Yep, and that falling away already done happened, man. When y'all was packed in them ships like sardines, the ones of y'all that made it, made the trip over here and didn't get, what's that?
Like you saying it like, you know, that's...
Yeah, cuz I'll be in the Gadite, man. But yeah, brother said basically the scripture tells us, man, when we was brought over here on cargo slave ships, man, we got our heritage literally beat out of us. They showed you that with Kunta Kinte. He beat him until he submitted and accepted that his name was gonna be Toby from here out.
Yeah, and the Latin tribes, you know?
Yeah.
The Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, the same thing happened to the whole nation. You know? Not just the so-called Negroes.
Con. I'm glad you brought that out, because you Latins and then the same thing for you Native Americans, man. Y'all think that y'all, Judah, the only ones went through bondage, man. Y'all got the same fucked up treatment from Esau, man. Because what y'all fail to read, we all from the same nation, man. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's what it is. You can't change the facts, man. And man, on the way here, you had spoke on Michael Berry, that host. He a host on the radio station, and the brother just mentioned how his whole agenda on his radio station is to down Jake, man. And he key in mostly on you so-called Negroes, but he get on you Latins and you Native Americans too, man.
He just make mockery.
Yep. And the brother brought up a good point. He said the stuff that he bring out is true about Jake, but who the fuck are you being the devil to talk shit about somebody? That's crazy. The biggest hypocrite on the earth. The biggest actor, man. On the way here, he had a white bitch on the radio and she was like, you be who you are in your environment, but when you go out, it's a certain way you're supposed to be. So in other words, to hide who you are when you come out here, and that's what this so-called white man is about. Hiding his identity, man. That's why he steal everything. That's why he go by all these different names.
Yeah, he really a low-life piece of shit caveman. But in society, he'll have you to believe that he's an upstanding citizen that's about justice, you know, and rights for equality for all people.
Right. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Hey, and then, man, see, Jacob read this and he'll just think, oh, anybody, yeah.
Thinking wicked shit.
Everybody think of that. I know some niggas that went to sleep thinking about robbing some people the next day. Nah, that's not what the scripture talking about. It's gonna specify. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Now, who's the only people who got the power to execute their plans across the whole earth, man? You focus, Jake always say, well, our people do bad too, but it's on a minute level, man. Jake can't wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna set up planes to spray chemtrails in the air every day. I'm gonna pump the water full of fluoride. I'm gonna put pork in everything possible to pollute Woodpit Nation of people, man. So the devil can say, look, go to the Most High and say, when I go to him, but tell the Most High, look what your people down here doing. They eating pork, they defiling themselves.
Yeah, accusers before the Most High. That's
but guess what, Esau? The Most High got your mind in his complete control. So everything you do, he's making you do.
Hey, not only that, you got, you know, the situation that's over there in the Ukraine, the shit that went down in Libya, Egypt, what's going on in Syria. That was the white man, he thought that shit up on his bed.
Yep.
You know?
Every war was started by these so-called Jews, man. The Jewish, the bankers. Every war.
It's around it's a banker's war.
Right.
And then every time they go and take down one of these nations, they set up they put them under, basically they put them under the IMF.
Yep.
Which is based in Europe.
What was that famous quote from the head Rothschild?
I care not. No, go ahead.
Give me control of a country's wealth.
Who sit on the throne as king, for roughly paraphrasing, but give me control of a nation's monetary money, and how it go?
I care not who writes his laws.
Yeah, he said, I care not who write the laws. Well, give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who writes his laws.
Yeah, because you can have a ruler, you can have a king sitting on the throne, but he could be in complete debt. You was about to say that?
No, I mean that. What difference do the damn law make? Whoever got control of the money, they the ones running shit. Whoever control the resources and the wealth, man, they the ones that's in power. It don't matter who set up as the king or whatever little funky. You think these elites follow the laws that the rest of us have to abide by? Man, they living on they in a whole nother realm, man.
Yeah, this is for you drones here in America to get caught up into the different laws and the so-called constitution, but to them, they just worried about the monetary system. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, like I spoke on briefly that all that goes back to the Bretton Woods Conference, man. When they started that was the devising of the World Bank, the IMF, all that came out of that conference. That was them, you know, thinking up wickedness on their beds, man.
Conspiring.
Devising wickedness.
Yep.
Yeah.
To cause wars, to set up these so-called regimes in different countries to go against the government via through the CIA, and then have this war going on, war of tyranny going on, and then America could come in and institute democracy and then put them under that central banking system.
Yep. Under the banner of being a hero.
Right.
America's always showing up to be the hero.
Hey, because that's what they did in the Middle East when Bush sent the troops to the Middle East and Afghanistan, Iraq. They said we got to go and restructure their government.
Yeah.
And basically it's the same way, set it up to the same way it's running over here in America. You know, but that was what? Get them under their grip.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and when they all kicked off, they used to show little clips. All they showed was clips of like the soldiers coming in the land, and you'll have like the people cheering for them or something. Like they just couldn't wait for the American soldiers to show up to save them and protect them and rebuild. That place Afghanistan is a ruin right now, man.
I read all of them.
All of them.
You think they showed, man? I remember I was sitting I was in high school at the time, man. I was sitting in class when they stopped everything and showed videos of the bombs going off and everybody cheering and rooting when they over there dropping bombs on so-called innocent people.
It's called propaganda. That's all this